everyone, my name is Emily and I'm the Young Adult Librarian at the Rock Island Public Library, and the book I'm going to tell you about today is Let's Talk About Love. So this book is about a girl named Alice, and Alice is in college and she's planning to have a great summer with her best friends Ryan and Feeney, and they all have an apartment together. And Alice has a girlfriend who she really likes. But spoiler alert, they do break up in the very first chapter. In fact, I think they break up on the first page. So there's that. Yeah, literally, it's like the second sentence. So that part of Alice's summer is not going well. And the thing about Alice is she is biromantic asexual. That's how, that is her identity. And that means she doesn't care about sex. Like, she doesn't get attracted to people in that way. But she gets, crushes, and she wants to be with people romantically. But most people don't get this. Most people don't understand the idea of, I love you, but I don't care about sex. So this is why her girlfriend has broken up with her. And Alice is just, that's it. She's done with dating. She's like, no, I'm not going to put myself out there in this way anymore. I'm tired of getting hurt. But at her part-time summer job at the library, she meets a guy named Takumi. And Takumi is really nice and quickly becomes a good friend. And this is good because Alice's friendship with Ryan and Feeney isn't going super well because, various things, but in part, just basically Alice and Feeney, they've been best friends forever, but they're not really communicating super well. And Alice is feeling left out because, Ryan and Feeney are gonna get married. And a thing that happens in the book is they actually change their wedding date without telling her, which is kind of a big friend no-no, especially since the three of them live in the same apartment. But, Alice has been spending all this time with Takumi. So Feeney is feeling left out and I've been replaced by this guy and I thought you said you were done with dating. And at this point, Alice hasn't even told Takumi that she wants to go out, that she wants them to try and have a relationship, because again, she's worried about having to explain what asexuality is, and she's just thinking, okay, but what if he says no? What if this is a deal breaker for him? So it's a very fun book. It's a very fun summer book because, you get to know Alice and her friends. And it's a book about, life after high school and how, being a college student, there is this idea you're supposed to have your major figured out. You're supposed to be figuring your life out already, even though you're just kind of beginning as an adult. And that's really hard. For Alice, in her case, her whole family is lawyers. Her mom's a lawyer, her dad's a lawyer, her older brother is a lawyer, her older sister is a lawyer. And so they're all expecting Alice to also go into law. And at the start of the book, she's still kind of trying. She keeps her grades up and she goes to a law seminar because her older sister's like, hey, you're gonna be applying to law school soon, you need to check this out. But that's not what Alice wants to do. She wants to be an interior designer. And so another big part of the book is her working up the courage to tell her parents, hey, I realize that you have these plans for my future, but I would also like to try and make some plans and, have my own goals for my future outside of, your insistence that I go to law school. Law school will still be there later, but I have a 6-year plan where I'm going to finish school and then I'm going to work. And if it doesn't work out, I'll go to law school, is the deal she makes with her parents. But, she really wants to try this. She feels strongly about this. Even though her parents are well, we'll pay for law school. Well, it's not about that. Just because it's free, it's not what she wants. It's not how she wants to spend her life. So Alice, she's trying to figure out what she wants, from a career, but also, being happy in a relationship, what that means for her friendships and a possible romantic relationship with Takumi. So I really enjoyed this book, and it was just in this article about how, asexual people, we do enjoy romance. It's not this impossible thing of, oh, why would you like this if you're not into, it's no, this is you can enjoy things in books, even if you're not interested in them in real life. I enjoy books about mountain climbing. That doesn't mean I want to climb Mount Everest. And so, there's this growing idea that, hey, you know, asexual people in fiction, like, we do exist in real life, and, you know, more and more in fiction there's getting to be better representation of how people, you know, live their lives, and how, you know, there's different expressions of, you know, romance and sexual identity and all this. And it's really cool. So this was Claire Kahn's first book. She has, I think, 2 or 3 YA books out right now, and she has one coming out for adults next year. So if you like romance, but you're looking, you know, for kind of, I mean, Alice is a very cool protagonist. She's, you know, I enjoyed getting to know her. My only complaint with this book was the parts of the library. I had some quibbles, but it's like, well, maybe that's how it is at their library. You know, I've not worked at a library like that, but maybe at other libraries, that's just how it is. So check this out. And yeah, it's a great summer reading type title. You know, taking place almost entirely in this summer when, I mean, I think Alice is like 19 or 20 at this point. So she is a new adult, and it's her, you know, figuring out her life and her relationships, but also, I mean, it's about how that's a process. Like, you don't just get to a point where you're done. Like, you have to kind of work on this your whole life, basically. So she's, you know, having a good time, but also figuring things out. And even though things aren't going the way she expected, you know, she's finding that, okay, maybe things can be better if I can be honest about who I am. You know, even though that scares me because of, you know, people misunderstanding who I am, it's still worth it for me. Like, I will have a better life, you know, if I can tell people who I really am. So check it out. And thank you for watching. I will see you again soon.